So good morning dear cadets. Today I am going to teach you some important aspects of 15th group. So yesterday I discussed so many physical properties, melting point, boiling point and some others. Now today allotropy, one of the physical property is left out. So today I am completing and afterwards I will teach you the chemical properties. And here there are so many questions, okay. So the first thing is, what is allotropy? Different physical form of same element, okay. You are not unaware about this thing. You know the allotropic form of carbon, diamond and graphite, okay. That is there or not? Diamond and graphite, these are the two allotropic form. So if you see carefully, diamond and graphite, they are the different physical form of same element, that is carbon. That is carbon. Different physical form, not chemical form, physical form. Now in physical form, how many things will come? Physical state may come, density may come. Now their shape will come, structure will come, density will come. These are the things, means allotropic form which will have different physical property but same chemical property. So the definition is absolutely correct. Allotropes are the different physical forms of same element, okay. So now try to understand. Nitrogen will not exhibit the allotropy, okay, because it is small, okay. Phosphorus, it has got three allotropic form: white, black, red. Arsenic, yellow and grey. Antimony, yellow and silver. The last member, bismuth, will also not exhibit the allotropy. Question arises here, why do elements, particular kind of element, exhibit the allotropy? Always remember, allotropy is exhibited because of different number of proton and neutron. Especially don't write proton. This is because of the different number. Element exhibit different allotropic form due to varying number of proton and neutron, okay. Means in different physical form, proton and neutron may be different. Proton and neutron. But number of electron will be same. That is why their chemical, all allotropic form will have same chemical property. Only physical form will be different. Now it is better to remove proton also. Just remember, the element exhibit different allotropic form due to varying number of neutron only, okay. Why I removed proton? Just see. If atom is neutral, so number of proton and electron will be similar. In allotropic form, chemical properties are similar. It means their electron number is similar. Okay. So definitely their proton number should also be similar. Now neutron number is varying. That is why they are exhibiting the different physical properties. So it is over now. Now next, let us move to the chemical property. As far as 15 groups are concerned, their first chemical property is the oxidation state. So before discussing the oxidation state, let us have some distinction. So just see, now allotropy is over. So I am deleting this one because I need some space to explain the things. So just try to understand here. Oxidation state and valency, these are the two terms which are oftenly used interchangeably. So the question arises here, are they similar or are they different? So just see here, write one thing, it is not characterized by sign, okay. Just first one is valency, second one is the oxidation state. So what is the valency? First define the valency. Valency is nothing but a number of electron. What is it? Number of electron which an atom takes, gives or share with another atom to fulfill its outer octet. That is valency, okay. And valency will never be exhibited by any sign. Sign will not be there, okay. Now what is the oxidation state? Oxidation state is nothing but a charge. What is this one? Charge. You are writing this one na, Na single positive, so this is charge. This is oxidation state. PO4 3 negative, NH4 single positive, this is charge. So first difference is clear. Valency is number of electron. What is that one? Number of electron. Okay. And what is the oxidation state? Oxidation state is charge. What is this one? Charge. Charge may be positive, may be negative. Okay. Next one aspect. An atom gives or share electron to fulfill its outer octet. Okay. And what about the charge? See the definition. It is the charge which an atom ion acquire or appears to have when it is present with other atom or parted from other atom. Just see. Oxidation state is the charge which an atom or ion appears to have when it is present with other atom or parted from other atom. Just see. NaCl. Okay. NaCl. So now in this condition also, if we do all those exercise, that 11, so this is 2 8 1, so sodium will lose 1 electron, so it will have single positive charge. Okay. Similarly, Cl will gain 1 electron, so it will have Cl negative. Okay. So just see. Now sodium will have single positive, chlorine will have single negative. So these are oxidation state, because what is written here? It is the charge which an atom or ion acquires or appears to have. So here, of course, in NaCl charge is not written, but it is appears that they are acquiring single positive and single negative charge. Okay. So oxidation state is nothing but a charge which an atom or ion appears to have when it is present with other atoms. So Na is present with Cl, Cl is present with Na. Now try to understand here. Another aspect is also written. When it is present with other atom or parted from other atom. Okay, just see. NaCl. When it is dissociated, so Na positive plus Cl negative is there. Not only this one, this is K2Cr2O7. When they ionize, it form 2K positive, and here Cr2O7 2 negative. So just see here what is there. Try to understand here. It does not appears that they have got the ion, but when they dissociate, these ions, these charge appears on them. So what is there? So oxidation state is nothing but a charge which an atom or ion appears to have when it is bonded with other atom or parted from other atom. So in bonding condition also you can come to know that what is the oxidation state, and in parting state also you will come to know, parted state also you will come to know that what is the charge. Okay. Parted means dissociated. Here I wrote parted from other atom. Now another oxidation state is represented by sign. Okay. Just see. You are writing that. See. 3 negative, single positive. What is there? They are characterized by sign, plus, minus. But valency will never be characterized by sign. So now just see. In modern chemistry, there is no difference between valency and oxidation state. Both are same thing only. But clear-cut distinction is there. Whenever charge is written, it means that is the oxidation state. If charge is not there, that is valency. Okay. This is the only reason, that is why valency and oxidation state is interchangeably used. Okay. So I am in the chemical property of 15 group, but right now I have not started the chemical property. I told you what is the valency and what is the oxidation state. If you understood valency and oxidation state, remaining thing also you will come to know. So now I will start chemical property of 15th group, that is oxidation state. So dear cadets, now oxidation state of 15th group. So just see, oxidation state. So just see, what are the members? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Okay, this is their general electronic configuration. Okay, so now just try to understand here. See, if p orbital will have 3 electrons, so its octet will be completed or it will be fulfilled. So just try to understand. So this is the general electronic configuration for all. So what should be there? They should exhibit the -3 oxidation state, because in p orbital 3 electron is there. If from somewhere, if 3 more electron they acquire or gain, then what would be there? The p orbital will be completely filled. Okay, but this is not the case. Chemistry is the subject of exceptions. Chemistry is the subject of conditions. Okay, so just see, -3, of course 3 electron they will gain, but only 2 elements will gain, that is nitrogen and phosphorus. Nitrogen and phosphorus will exhibit the -3 oxidation state due to their small size. Try to understand, -3 oxidation state will be exhibited by 2 elements only, that is nitrogen and phosphorus. Why? Because their small size is there and they will be gaining 3 electron very easily. Okay, now once the size of this element increases, means in case of arsenic, antimony and bismuth, if size is large, then what would be there? Gaining of electron is not possible, giving of electron is possible. That is why what is there? Arsenic, antimony and bismuth, they do not exhibit -3 oxidation state due to their bigger size. Energetically it is not possible to gain 3 electron. Okay, this is the reason. That is why -3 oxidation state is stable for, or -3 oxidation state is exhibited by nitrogen and phosphorus. Okay, evidence is also there. Ammonia, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen? -3. Calcium nitride, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen? -3. Magnesium nitride, -3. Similarly, phosphorus, this is calcium phosphide, -3. This is sodium phosphide, -3. This is phosphine, -3 oxidation state. So this is the evidence in favor of -3 oxidation state, which is exhibited by nitrogen and phosphorus. Let us move to the another point. Arsenic, As3 positive is more stable than As5 positive. Similarly, antimony 3 positive is more stable than antimony 5 positive. It's okay. So what is the reason? Just see, a simple reason. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth, these are the elements. Okay, due to inert pair effect, the stability of +3 oxidation state increases. Okay, and stability of +5 oxidation state decreases. Okay, and you know what is the meaning of inert pair? Their general electronic configuration is NS2Np3. Due to inert pair effect, their s orbital electron will not take part in the bond formation. So which will take part? Only p orbital electron will take part. So as we come down, means as the size of elements increases, the inert pair effect is more pronounced, more exhibited. The highest manifestation of inert pair effect can be registered in case of bismuth. but it start from arsenic itself only. Okay, so just try to understand, as we come down, the stability of +3 oxidation state increases and stability of +5 oxidation state decreases. This is the only reason, that is why the compound of arsenic in 3 positive oxidation state, similarly the compound of antimony in +3 oxidation state, they will be more stable than that of the compound of arsenic 5 positive and antimony 5 positive. Have you got it or not? Question is written. What is the answer here? Because due to inert pair effect, the stability of +5 oxidation state decreases. Now think of the exam. Now I wrote in this way. How they can ask? Just try to understand. They can ask, they will give like that question. AsCl3 is more stable than AsCl5, or they may ask like that also. SbCl3 is more stable than SbCl5. Okay, so be ready. Answer is same only, due to inert pair effect. Due to inert pair effect, arsenic will exhibit only +3 oxidation state. It will not exhibit the +5 oxidation state. Or arsenic or antimony will have lesser tendency to exhibit the +5 oxidation state than that of +3 oxidation state. That is why their compound in +3 oxidation state is more stable than that of +5. Easy. Okay. Another point is, bismuth exhibit only +3 oxidation state. Now here they can ask the question, BiCl3 is known, but BiCl5 is not known. Okay, like that question. Just see. Here they may ask this question. BiCl3 is known, but BiCl5 is not known. Explain. So just try to understand. How you will write the answer? Bismuth is the last member of 15th group. Their atomic number means atomic size is very large. Due to large atomic size, its s orbital electron, due to inert pair effect, it will not take part in the bond formation. So due to inability of s orbital electron to take part in the bond formation, bismuth will exhibit only +3 oxidation state. It will not exhibit the +5 oxidation state. That is why the compound of bismuth in +5 oxidation state will not form. Just see, simple. BiCl5, what is the oxidation state? +5. What is the oxidation state here? +3. So in this way you have to answer. Just see. If this means this chemistry, last year also I taught you the 14th group and 13th group, like that so many questions were there. Luckily or unluckily, those questions have not come in the 11th class exam because they have not followed the pattern. But this year definitely they will follow the pattern, and such type of question you will have. Okay, so please take care. Now answers explanation is over. So dear cadets, with the continuation of same, now some more things are there. PCl3 is more stable than PCl5. Same reason. In PCl3 the oxidation state is +3. In PCl5 the oxidation state of phosphorus is +5. So the stability of +3 oxidation state increases down the group, while the stability of +5 oxidation state decreases down the group. That is why PCl3, due to inert pair effect, the stability of +3 oxidation state increases, while the stability of +5 oxidation state decreases down the group. This is the only reason. That is why PCl3 is stable and PCl5 is not stable. One reason. Second reason, in PCl5 what is there? 5 chlorine atoms are there. 5 chlorine atoms are there, and they will surround the single phosphorus. So due to bigger size of chlorine, small size phosphorus cannot accommodate 5 chlorine atom with itself. That is why their structure will dissociate, okay, and it become unstable. While in case of PCl3, only 3 chlorine atoms are there, and these 3 atoms can accommodate with the single phosphorus, okay. This is also one reason. So 2 reason is there. Number 1, due to inert pair effect. Second one is due to bigger size of chlorine, and due to small size of phosphorus cannot accommodate big 5 chlorine atoms with it. Now don't worry, this question is there afterwards also, will explain it properly, okay. Now just remember these 2 reactions. Just see, whenever PCl3 react with water, okay, so one compound must be phosphorus acid. What is the name of this one? Phosphorus acid. Remember, this H3PO3 is phosphorus acid. What is this one? Phosphorus acid, okay. What about this one? H3PO4, this is phosphoric acid. What is this one? Phosphoric acid. H3PO3 is a phosphorus acid, H3PO4 is a phosphoric acid. Here the oxidation state of phosphorus is +3, here oxidation state of phosphorus is +5, okay. So when PCl3 react with the water, one product is phosphorus acid and hydrochloric acid. But when PCl5 react with the water, one product will be POCl3. What is POCl3? POCl3, phosphorus, oxygen, chloride. Remember this one, phosphorus, oxygen, chloride, okay. So now this issue is over. Please remember this reaction. Now there is one more aspect. Nitrogen exhibit the following oxidation state. Just see. Ammonia, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen? -3. This is one compound. The name of this one is hydrazine. What is this one? Hydrazine. And it is used as a oxidizer in the rocket fuel, okay. Remember, this is hydrazine. -2. This is hydroxylamine. What is this one? Hydroxylamine. What is the oxidation state of nitrogen here? -1. N2O, nitrous oxide +1, NO +2, N2O3 +3, N2O4 +4, N2O5 +5. Just see, this is nitrous acid. HNO2 is nitrous acid and HNO3 is nitric acid. So last year only I told you the story of us and ik. If same element exhibit the 2 oxidation state, okay. So the higher one is known as ik and the lower one is known as us. So just see, here nitrogen oxidation state is +3, here nitrogen oxidation state is +5. So nitric acid. And what about HNO3? Nitrous acid, okay. So our basic question is, why is nitrogen exhibit the wide variety of oxidation state? Means starting from -3 to +5, okay. -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. So wide variety of oxygen is possible due to following 2 reasons. Just see. Number 1, nitrogen size is small. So how the nitrogen small size is helping it in exhibiting the variety of oxidation state? Always remember, if the size of nitrogen is small, then what it will do? It will overlap effectively with other atoms. Like just see, here nitrogen is overlapping with hydrogen. Here nitrogen is overlapping with hydrogen and oxygen. Here nitrogen is overlapping with nitrogen only. Here nitrogen is overlapping with oxygen, okay. So just see, when the size of nitrogen is small, its overlapping with other atom is very effective. So stronger the overlapping, stronger will be the bond and stable will be the compound. So due to small size, nitrogen can effectively overlap with other atoms. So when it overlap with other atoms effectively, then compound will be stable, and this is the only reason, that is why nitrogen exhibit the wide variety of oxidation state. And just remember, this small size only helping the nitrogen to overlap with p-pi bonding. Do you understand the meaning of p-pi? Last year only I told you what is the meaning of p-pi. Means if two atom is overlapping, so if one atom's p orbital overlap with other atom's p orbital sideways, so this is p-pi overlapping. If they are, remember, if the p orbital of one atom overlap with the p orbital of other atom laterally or sidewise manner, then it is called p-pi overlapping. So small size is helping in the effective overlapping, that is p-pi overlapping. That is why it exhibits the wide variety of oxidation state. Second one is the high electronegativity. Just try to understand. Nitrogen being the first member of 15th group, their electronegativity is very high. And now try to understand how electronegativity will help in the exhibition of wide variety of oxidation state. Just listen. What is the definition of electronegativity? Tendency to attract shared paired electron towards itself when it is bonded with other atom. So just see, nitrogen here bonded with other atoms. Nitrogen bonded with hydrogen, nitrogen bonded with oxygen. Okay, so what it will do? It will attract the shared paired electron. So what is there? Their octet will be completed, and now stability of compound will increase. Okay, so high electronegativity also help the nitrogen to exhibit the wide variety of oxidation state. See, when the nitrogen is bonded with other atom, so what it will do? It will attract the shared paired electron towards itself. So now it is changing their oxidation state or not? So what is there? This is also one of the reason to exhibit the wide variety of oxidation state. So due to these two reasons, nitrogen exhibit the wide variety of oxidation state. Okay. So dear cadets, here now I am giving you 4 questions. What are these 4 questions? Just see. NCl3 is known, but NCl5 is not known. Why? Just see the explanation of first question. See, explanation. First, explanation of question number first. Okay, just see, try to understand. What is the question? NCl3 is formed, but NCl5 is not formed. Remember, for the formation of NCl5, nitrogen should have 5 unpaired electron. Okay, so just see here. Nitrogen 7. What is this one? First S2, 2s2, 2p3. So this is first S, this is this one, 1, 2, 3. So here what is there? 2 electron. Here what is there? 1 and 1. Correct or not? P is having, now just see. Due to, here you should write, due to lack of d orbital, nitrogen cannot expand its oxidation state. Okay, means cannot expand its oxidation state, or cannot increase number of unpaired electron. Okay, unpaired electron. So just try to understand here. See, d orbital is not there, so how many unpaired electron is there? Unpaired electron is 3. So now here with 1 Cl, here also with 1 Cl, here also 1 Cl can overlap. So only 3 Cl can overlap now. Where remaining 2 Cl will overlap? This is the only reason, that is why NCl5 is not formed. Okay, I hope that you understand this one. Remember, nitrogen is not having d orbital, vacant d orbital, hence it cannot expand its oxidation state. Am I correct or not? So what is there? Cannot expand its oxidation state means cannot increase its unpaired electron, cannot increase number of unpaired electron. Hence what is there? Where remaining 2 chlorine atom will overlap, 3 chlorine atom can overlap with 3 unpaired electron of 2p, but what about remaining 2? They can't. That is why NCl5 is not formed. This is the explanation of first question. Now what about the explanation of second question? So just see, the explanation of second question is also related with this one only. Just try to understand. 2. So here up to here this is same only. PCl5 is known, but NCl5 is not known. Why? Just see. Why NCl5 is not known? This is the only reason, because it cannot expand its oxidation state. It cannot expand its number of unpaired electron. Only 3 unpaired electron is there. So it can form the compound in +3 oxidation state. See, what about phosphorus? Just see, phosphorus is 15. What is this one? First S2, 2S2, 2P6, 3S2, 3P3. So just 3 and 3D 0. So just try to understand. 1, 2, 3 p orbital, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct or not? So just see, 2s2 electron is there. Now here 1, 2, 3 electron. Okay. So this is in ground state. What is this one? Ground state. But now suppose this is excited state. So when excited state is there, then what would be there? 1s orbital, 3s1 electron will jump and will come here. Now how many unpaired electron is there? 5 unpaired electron. How many? Here you can write 5 unpaired electron. 5 unpaired electron. So these 5 unpaired electron now can overlap with 5 chlorine atom. Here you can write, here Cl, here also Cl, here also Cl, here also Cl, here also Cl. Correct or not? 5 chlorine atom can overlap or not? So that is why PCl5 is possible. So what explanation you will write? Phosphorus can expand its oxidation state or number of unpaired electron due to availability of vacant d orbital. Availability of vacant d orbital. Okay. And the same facility is not there in the nitrogen. That is why nitrogen will not form NCl5, because of lack of d orbital. Due to lack of d orbital here, and here what is there? Due to availability of d orbital. Okay, it is written here, due to availability of d orbital, phosphorus can expand, nitrogen cannot expand. This is the reason. What about question number 3rd? The question number 3rd is BiCl3 is known, but BiCl5 is not known. Their answer I have already given you. Why BiCl3 is formed? Just see. Bismuth is the last member of 15th group, and inert pair effect will be highly manifested in that element. So bismuth general electronic configuration is BiNS2nP3. So due to heavy size, inert pair effect, due to inert pair effect, what is there? NS orbital will not take part in the bond formation due to inert pair effect. Due to inert pair effect, now this will not take part in the bond formation. Due to inert pair effect, now this will not take part in the bond formation. Who? S orbital electron. So who will take part? Only phosphorus. That is why it will exhibit the +3 oxidation state only, and the compound of +3 oxidation state is possible. Okay, all 5 electron is not available for bond formation. Okay, now another very interesting, so question number 3rd explanation is over. Now question number 4 is very interesting. So here write explanation number 4. Now rub this one, just see what is the question. Question is BiCl5 is known, but BiCl5 is BiF5 is known, but BiCl5 is not known. Now you can't say the inert pair effect. Just see. So dear cadets, just see the explanation of question number 4. Bi5 is known or formed, while BiCl5 is not known. Why? Very simple thing is there. Just see. Just now I told that bismuth cannot expand. Bismuth will not exhibit the +5 oxidation state due to inert pair effect. Okay. But here just see, this compound means BiF5, bismuth pentachloride. What is this one? Bismuth pentachloride. It is formed. Why? Now just now I told you now that +5 oxidation state is not possible in case of bismuth. Okay, but here the pentavalent compound of bismuth is formed, that is bismuth pentachloride. How? But BiCl5 is not formed. If BiF5 is formed, BiCl5 should also be formed. But just see F, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are the halogens. Okay, no problem. Down the group, what is there? Atomic size increases. Atomic size increases. And down the group, what is there? Oxidizing strength decreases, means to oxidize other decreases. Just see, fluorine is a strong oxidizing agent. What is the meaning of strong oxidizing agent? Which oxidizes other, that is oxidizing agent. And what is the meaning of oxidizing other? To force that atom to give me electron, to abstract the electron, to remove the electron. Now just see. Now there is a comparison of BiF5 and BiCl5. So just see. Here what is there? F is strong oxidizing agent. Strong oxidizing agent. Here what is there? Cl is weak oxidizing agent than F. Okay, so just see, since fluorine is a strong oxidizing agent, it will oxidize bismuth to the +5 oxidation state. Chlorine is a weak oxidizing agent as compared to fluorine. That is why it cannot force the bismuth to oxidize in +5 oxidation state. So fluorine is a strong oxidizing agent, chlorine is a weak oxidizing agent. That is the first reason. So what is the second reason? The second reason is fluorine size is small. And here what is there? Chlorine size is large. This is fluorine size is small, chlorine size is large. So just try to understand. If chlorine size is large, So the 5 chlorine atom cannot accommodate around the bismuth. They will be broken. They will be steric hindrance. You might have heard. What is there? Steric hindrance. Steric hindrance arises due to large size of atoms or ions. So due to bigger size of chlorine, bismuth cannot accommodate those 5 chlorine atom. So it will be dissociated. So this compound is unstable. Now due to small size of fluorine atom, those 5 fluorine atom can accommodate around bismuth. That is why BiF5 is formed and stable. Formation means if it is forming, then only it is stable, or vice versa. If it is stable, then only it will form. It will form because it is stable. Correct or not? So always remember this. So a small size of fluorine helping the formation of BiF5, but bigger size of chlorine is not favoring the formation of BiCl5. So understood now? Because of these two reasons, BiF5 is known, but BiCl5 is not known. So BiF5 is formed, BiCl5 is not formed because of these two reasons. F is a strong oxidizing agent. What is the meaning of a strong oxidizing agent? Forcing other to be oxidized, forcing other to give out electron. Giving out means forcing other to give electron to me. Means what is there? Forcing other to oxidize, increase in the positive oxidation state. So here fluorine is forcing the bismuth to oxidize in +5 oxidation state. Same is not possible in case of chlorine. Chlorine cannot force bismuth to oxidize in +5 oxidation state. Okay, so thank you. That's all for today.